Hello, this is Malcolm Snook from wealthyandwisetoolbox.com, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about freedom, happiness and security. Three of the things that human beings want the most, I would say, after perhaps love. Freedom, the freedom to do the things that you've always wanted to do, to travel and explore, or to buy the things that take your fancy whenever and wherever you come across them. Freedom to do things on the spur of the moment. Happiness that comes from having the money and the time that you need. Most of us end up trading our time to make money, and if we stop trading our time to make money, then we're poor. So we tend to either have money or time, but not both. Happiness that comes from being able to give to your family and your friends. Happiness that would come from being able to give to charities and or causes that you believe in. And happiness through being able to make a difference to your own world and those around you and the wider world. Security. If you've got enough money coming in, then you don't have to worry about unexpected bills, and indeed if there's enough money in the bank, you don't have to worry so much about medical emergencies. There's a certain amount of security that comes with owning your own home and your own car and everything that you need. In other words, security of being free of debt and having a regular income, and security, something that you can offer to your loved ones, along with opportunities maybe for your children to secure their future as well. Think and Grow Rich is a book by Napoleon Hill that my business partner persuaded me to read. My initial reaction was that it sounds too good to be true. But I realized when I read it that in fact I had been applying the principles that Napoleon Hill talks about in my own life already, and that those principles don't just apply to growing rich. They apply whether your goals are financial, spiritual, personal, sporting, political, any goal you might set yourself. In my life, I've been a skydiving instructor, and I was the youngest instructor in the country, the youngest advanced instructor and the youngest club chief instructor. I was on the safety and training committee of the national body around about the age of 22, 23. I became a car and motorcycle racer later on, and I won a motorcycle racing championship, and I started my own business, my own advertising agency, which I ran for around about 15 years, and it was a business that handled some very major clients like Yamaha motorcycles and Nippon Denso spark plugs from Japan. We promoted tourism for the state government of New Hampshire. We handled Arbus locks from Germany and other big clients. And more recently I've been a long distance sailor. I've sailed thousands of miles around Scandinavia and Europe, and all of these goals that I have achieved, which are the subject of my own book, come to that in a moment, but all of these goals that I have achieved have been a result of applying the principles I found in Napoleon Hill's book, but I'd been applying them before I read the book. If I'd read the book first, I might have done it in a more disciplined and organized way. So what does the book tell us? It sort of tells us that we are the product of our own thinking, and your best thinking has got you to where you are now, and if you think you could do better than you are doing now, then you need to look at your thinking. That's a simple principle, but the right ways of making things happen, they're not quite so simple. Napoleon Hill spent 25 years studying the most successful men in America and distilling the way they thought and the things that they did, and analyzed everything to come up with a book called Think and Grow Rich, which in effect is a study course. We've expanded it as our own product, and it could as easily be called Think and Achieve Any Goal You Set Yourself, because it's not just about money, it is a philosophy for life. I was so convinced when I read the book that I decided to create a package of products around it. So I've recorded the audio book, I've written a foreword on why the book is so relevant today, because obviously it was written some time ago. I've made a pocket précis so that you can read it any time. Of course, the audio book means that you can listen to it any time on the way to work or the way home from work, on an MP3 player or an iPod or whatever. And I've extrapolated the forms for self-assessment and things to, questionnaires and things that you can fill out to put your goals and plans down on paper, and I've written my own set of instructions because there are tips and helpful things scattered throughout the book. I've kind of extrapolated those and put them into a sort of mini plan of action. So this really is a study course. It's not a book that you just read once and put away as you might do a novel. So we're giving the ebook away for free, but if you buy the complete package for just $17, we'll give you a couple of bonuses with that. The first bonus is my own ebook entitled Of Land, Sea and Sky. Now that's about my life, and it's about all those activities that I mentioned earlier and some other activities as well, but it's also, well, I hope it's not an arrogant book. It's also about all of the inspirational people I've met through skydiving and car racing and motorcycle racing and so on and so forth, and sailing. Now you can buy that book through a bookshop or through Amazon as a paperback, but we're including an ebook version along with this package, and we're also including the ebook of Napoleon Hill's earlier book, The Law of Success, which was published in 1928. So there it is, Think and Grow Rich. You can have that for free just on its own as an ebook, and it's a great book, but if you want the complete study guide and you want the audio book and the other ebooks and the other helpful tools that we've created to go with it, then that whole package is just $17, and I hope that it will be the best $17 you've ever spent. Thank you for watching this video.